Hey guys, and welcome to another Blog Tech Tips. Today I have for you a review or just a quick look at this Acer laptop, and this laptop is actually the Acer Aspire ES15 and the specific model is the ES1531C8AH. Now if you have a similar version that is just regular ES15, you don't really have to worry about the specific version. There are many customizations, so they should all be similar. Alright, so let's look at first at the external aspects of this laptop. Now the first thing you'll notice is the outer finish. This version is not the black, it's actually the red, right? And this red version comes with the Acer logo on the front. As you can see down here, you have the battery indicator and the hard drive LED indicator that shows hard drive activity. Now I like the surface of this. It's textured. It has this golf ball finish, right, which gives it a textured surface. Okay, let's look at the inputs. On the side over here you have a memory card slot that seems to hold a standard memory card. Here you have a regular USB. It looks like a 2.0 USB jack. There's nothing else on this side. Towards the front there's nothing. Towards the side over here there is a dummy bay that seems to be able to hold a DVD drive, although there is currently none in there. Alright, on the back you have the more interesting connections. You have the AC power, that's the headphone jack. Over here you have the AC power outlet. Over here you have a regular USB 2.0, then you have a USB 3.0, then a HDMI port to connect to your external video source such as a TV or projector or something like that. Over here you have the Ethernet or network connection jack over here. Alright, over here you have your vents that exhaust the hot air towards the back. So that is the sides. Now on the underside of this device you will find you have just a plain back with a vent. Now as you can see right away, I don't really like this design because I fix a lot of laptops, and normally if there are easy access hatches under here to access the RAM and the hard drive, but as you can see, in order just to change anything in this laptop you have to actually disassemble it and pull it apart. Another strange thing that I've noticed too is that there's no battery here, so the battery is actually internal. It seems to be some new design and the battery seems to be beneath here, alright, which is not great for repairs later on. Alright, so straight away let's flip this back over. Right, the first thing you notice here already, if you have sweaty palms, that the surface here would actually pick up fingerprints. However, it is good because unlike a glassy surface, it doesn't pick up spots and fingerprints that easy, and as you notice already, it's already drying off and you can easily rub it off, so it's better than a glassy surface. Alright, when you open it up you have the 15-inch screen, or 15.5 or 6, I don't remember the exact specifications. I think it's about 15.6. and here you have the keyboard. Now these are regular keyboards, they're not lit. It's powered by Intel processor. Later on we'll look at the specific one. Inside there's an Intel Celeron processor. It's the N3050, that's the N3050. It features Intel graphics, 4GB of DDR3 and a 500GB hard drive. Alright, so one of the things, it's a great value. You should be able to pick it up for about between $299 to about $300 depending on the internals. Alright, so I'm gonna power it up and see what it's running. It's already it's running the latest version of Windows, which is Windows 10, which you'll be able to see in a minute. I might cut out this section. Okay, we have a standard keyboard layout, as I said earlier. As you can see, all the keyboards are, it's a regular QWERTY keyboard setup. Alright, standard US version. Right, right away too, you'll notice down here the touchpad area is integrated also with the ability to right click and so on. You can tap to actually select, or you can right click the touchpad, and the right and left click buttons for the would act as the mouse down here is actually built into the same, so everything is one seamless piece. Right, okay, now guys, you do get a lot of software straight out of the box, but you do not get stuff like Microsoft Word. I think there's a free trial somewhere. You do get the Acer store and a bunch of other stuff on here. and it comes with McAfee, but of course you can install your own version or your own antivirus. All right, so seeing this is Windows 10, let's do check out the processor and see what's going on. I'm going to go into device manager to give you an idea what is beneath all of this. All right, so while that's been done, well, it's finished now. So let's look at the processor to give you an idea how many cores we are running on. And if I just can find the processor, here we go, and I drop down right here. As you can see, it's a Celeron, an Intel Celeron. It's a dual core, meaning it has two cores. The cores run at 1.6 gigahertz, and I think these should self-overclock to a higher clock speed, which is okay for web browsing and basic gameplay. You can't play technical games, but you can play basic games and basic games and better games and very low settings. Alright, so it's not really meant for gaming. Alright, we can also look, it's running Windows 10 as I said before. Which version we can actually check. Let's go into properties over here. And as you can see, it's running Windows 10 64-bit edition. There's 4 gigabytes of RAM as I've mentioned, and you see the processor at 1.6 gigahertz, both of them. You see the model number from Acer and so on. Alright guys, so just to tell you guys that this is a very nice laptop, great for web browsing, also doing regular stuff like listening to music and watching movies. So if you're looking for something that's quite on the cheap, about $300 or a little bit less than 300, if that's it within your budget, I'll definitely tell you to check out the Aspire ES15. I'll also put a link in the description to this particular laptop so you can pick it up for yourself. So guys, please do use the link down in the description. It helps out a lot and helps out the channel. Alright guys, this is Ricardo just saying goodbye. Until next time. Bye.